Hello everyone. Today I will talk about global warming. Now, what is global warming? Global warming is the long-term heating of Earth's climate system, observed since the pre-industrial period due to human activities, primarily fossil fuel burning, which increases heat-trapping greenhouse gas levels in Earth's atmosphere. Now, how is Turkey affected by this? Turkey's annual and maximum temperatures are rising, and 2020 was the third hottest year on record. Turkey will be greatly affected by climate change and is already experiencing more extreme weather, with droughts and heat waves being the main hazards. The current greenhouse gas emissions by Turkey are about 1% of the global total, and energy policy includes heavily subsidizing coal in Turkey. A climate change scenario in 2011 National Action Plan on Climate Change estimated that the rise in the average annual temperature will be 2.5 degrees to 4 degrees. And in 2021, the Agriculture and Forestry Deputy Minister said that it would likely be between 1 and 2 degrees between that time and the end of the century. Turkey is forecast to be more severely affected than many other countries, but affects vary considerably across the regions of the country. With the largest temperature rises forecast for southern and western regions in the summer. The worst case is a 7-degree rise in temperature by 2100. Floods in 2020 caused billions of lira in damages. Environment Minister Murat Kurum estimated in 2021 that losses due to disasters caused by climate change would amount to billions of lira. Loss in gross domestic product per person by 2100 is forecast to be less than 1% of the concentration of greenhouse gas emissions in the atmosphere is kept fairly low, but almost 8% for severe global warming. For companies which responded to the Carbon Disclosure Project in 2020, the main climate change risk to their business is carbon pricing. The increase in early blooming, which is happening due to climate change, can be a problem for crops such as fruit trees. Vineyards in Thrace are being affected, and an European Union carbon tariff might affect trade. Unless the global emissions are greatly reduced, agriculture in Turkey, such as wheat, is expected to be severely affected after the late 2030s, especially in areas rain-fed agriculture. Arid and semi-arid areas are at risk of desertification. According to Professor Barış Karapınar, water is lost through evaporation due to old-fashioned irrigation techniques used by the Southeastern Anatolia project, increasing the risk of severe water shortage. Irrigated agriculture will decline as water stress increases, and increasing food imports will hit Turkey's trade balance. Damage to agriculture is predicted to greatly increase. For example, due to fast spring germination or blossoming followed by a cold snap, pine nut products has been severely reduced. A significant decline in agriculture production is transmitted through the economy and reduces national welfare. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, fishing in the Black Sea is sensitive to the impacts of the climate change, and according to the Turkish Marine Research Foundation, all the Turkish seas will be affected. The warming of the Lake Van is reducing oxygen for pure mullet. Tourism in Turkey is also being affected by this. It may become too hot in summer for some people. For example, Antalya could become too hot for some people to visit during school holidays in summer. Development of ski resorts in central Taurus and Black Sea region mountains will need to be reconsidered. Health impacts will be there too. 1,350 people died because of floods between 1970 and 2014 in Turkey, and about 2 million people were affected by those floods. Climate change may impact health in Turkey. For example, due to increased heat waves, especially elderly, chronically ill, and children will be affected by this. A national strategy and action plan for the adaptation to climate change was published in 2020. The Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry is researching the effect of climate change and developing an adaptation strategy. The Ministry of Environment and Urban Planning coordinates activities to combat change in Turkey. In February 2021, the ministry said that adaptation plans for all 7 regions had been completed and that it will present an adaptation report to Parliament and set up a climate change research center. At the same time, the ministry said that work on sectoral adaptation strategies was continuing for agriculture, livestock breeding, tourism, renewable energy, and industry. I thank you for listening to me.